Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Eddie the Man and I'm here to bring you this gameplay commentary of Call of Duty 4 Remastered, and I just want to go ahead and just small little update, explain what's going on, but I also want to, as you can tell by the title of the video, give my thoughts on a huge thing in the Call of Duty community. But first, small quick update. I've been busy, I've been working, I've been going to school, I've been with my girlfriend, I've been with, family, beach, out of town, I've been all over the place, and I just haven't felt the creative juices from wanting to make YouTube videos. But I got that back, and I set up my hot hog 2-3 days ago, I think, and I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty 4. Let's see, I was playing Call of Duty 4 on and off since I got it when it well, not when it came out, actually. I got it the summer of 2017, like the last week of June, I believe. And then I was playing it on and off until this week, a couple days ago, about June 6th, June 5th, 2018, I believe. And just to show how I've been nonstop, June 6th, I think, how I've been nonstop playing this game. I was, I think, like level 40, I was like 38, 39, 40 when I started on June 6th, and now I am 55, actually. I'm just now level 55. I'm about 3 or 4 games away from prestiging. And I don't know, I definitely think I'm going to go 2 or 3 times prestiging, I think, because I want more class slots, and, they make prestiging so much easier now with the unlock tokens, perma unlock tokens, and you can just keep, dead silence if you want it, or, G36 or the silencer for the MP5 in particular. So, all the stuff that I use in particular. So that's my small little update. I was busy. I haven't felt the creative juices, but I want to address this rumor. Did you like that segue? I like that segue. I want to address this rumor because if any of you have been a fan of my channel, the 43 subscribers that I have, or if maybe you are one of the 200 subscribers of LPTN and you just, came across this video and you really enjoyed my content over there, you can tell that through the last 7 years of my life, and probably your life, has been invested in this little franchise called Call of Duty. And for me in particular, the last 7 years, but more specifically 5 years before 2016. So from 2011 to 2016 was a very interesting and very memorable part of my life. Small history. I wanted to touch on this as well to get into why I want to address this rumor of the Modern Warfare 2 Remastered and my thoughts on it. But I need to give this history. So I go into GameStop. It's like 2009. I've played Call of Duty 4 for like maybe 2 months at the most, and I had the option of buying a game now or fully paying off my pre-order for Modern Warfare 2. And I did the latter. I paid off my Modern Warfare 2 copy, and I think it was one of the most life... Not in the sense that, like, it changed my life when I did that, but pre-ordering Modern Warfare 2... here's a better way. Pre-ordering Modern Warfare 2 in the summer of 2009 shaped the way I was going to live my life for the next 6 years or so. About 6 years, 6.5 years. So, that's where it all started. And then, the history. A good friend of mine, Travis, we started a clan. Travis and Ryan had a clan together. It was their initials, TRP, Tar Rat, Travis and Ryan and Travis Productions. TRP, I come in a couple months later. We're playing COD 4. Modern Warfare 2 drops. We all play Modern Warfare 2. We're building. And we get the gang is all here. We got J Moore. Well, not the gang's all here. Most of the gang is here. A lot of the key important factors are there. We got J Mort, we got Harley, we got Toshiba, we got James, we got me, we got TC, we got Alpha. So that's Modern Warfare 2's team. We got Dark Monkeys. We got Kaiser Matt. He was also there. They were key important factors. We got Maiden was an important factor. Andrew, 18 WoW, he was there as well. There's a lot of other people that I'm forgetting, but those were the key factors. It was me. It was TC. It was Ryan himself, Ghostly Blizzard. It was TC is Travis. We got Toshiba, Dark Monkeys, J Mort, Alpha, James, Maiden, Andrew 18 WoW. That's about 10 people right there. So that's the team that we play Modern Warfare 2 with. There's a lot of older early people that we had that didn't come to fruition and honestly weren't relevant enough like Toshiba or any of those other people that I mentioned. So we're playing Modern Warfare 2. We're kicking ass and taking names. We're wrecking Search and Destroy, all thanks to me and TC. And honestly, I think Toshiba and J-Mort's appreciation for next-gen tactics and wanting to be like next-gen tactics. And so we play a lot of Search, and so we get into GBs and we understand GBs, but we also know how to play, Capture the Flag, Team Deathmatch, Domination, Headquarters, all these other game modes. But I think for Modern Warfare 2, I think the way the game was set up, I think Search and Destroy is the way to play that game. So that's the team we're rolling with. And then, I bring in my school friends, and everybody knows what happens then. I think what happened was bringing in my school friends was just way too many people to handle, and it stressed everybody out. And just the stress of Call of Duty, trying to be mature about a group of kids who probably ranged from like 10 years old to like 13 years old, 14 years old, trying to keep them, happy and engaged and, without pissing people off because, we're like 11 and 12 years old. And I mean, I'm 20 now, so like that I feel incredibly old talking about this, but like, we're trying to keep that happening, and there's too many people, and Call of Duty's just getting frustrating. Basically, TC and Ryan just stopped playing. They faded out. They phased themselves out, I think, for the best, to be completely honest, for the best. And then my school friends leave, and so basically what we're left with is me and James and Toshiba and Dark Monkeys and J Mort, really, and Alpha, really just staying friends. And then Killzone 3 demo, me and Toshiba meet Skater, and basically, that's a team right there. That's a team I would take. That's a team even to this day. If this Modern Warfare 2 thing does happen, with this Call of Duty 4 Remastered thing, even with World War II, I think that we were such good of friends that I would take that team. I would take me, and I would take Toshiba, and I would take Dark Monkeys. Oh, and then JR Apocalypse, of course. Can't forget about him. He was great. He was also one of the earlier members as well. But even to this day, playing Modern Warfare 2 together for 2 years or so, and then, of course, playing Black Ops together for another year after that. the team of like me and Toshiba and Skater and Dark Monkeys and Alpha and James and TC and JR. I think those 6, 7. You could even throw in Blizzard as well, and you can also throw in. I'm forgetting somebody who was. Anyways, the 7, the 6, 7, or 8 people that I just named. If you gave me them tomorrow, I think that we could go into Call of Duty 4 Remastered or World War II even, or uh, you know, maybe any other Call of Duty game recently except for Infinite Warfare because I never got it. So like Black Ops 3, I think we could go in and we could still wreck face. So Modern Warfare 2 happens. We all make YouTube channels. We're all trying to get big. We're all, we've got we're shooting for the moon and we're trying to reach the stars. And so we're going, and Black Ops comes out and we're pumped, and we've transitioned now because after TC and Ryan have left, TC and Ghostly Blizzard and my school friends have left, the size of the clan has shrunken, and so we renamed ourselves to GOW, Gods of War. And then somehow we got split up for a little bit because I was with. Oh, and then TC wanted to come back and do SGR. Anyways, so basically, I have a lot of investment into the Call of Duty franchise and the early games, basically from COD 4 to World at War to Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops to Modern Warfare 3 to, for a certain point, Black Ops 2, but after that is when my emotional interest and an emotional investment runs out because, to be completely honest, I cannot, for the life of me, remember what game came out of Black Ops 2 next. I want to say it was Ghosts, but I cannot be 100% sure because, again, after Black Ops 2, I just did not care about Call of Duty like the way I used to. So, anyways, this is all just set up for me to explain how much investment I have into the Call of Duty franchise, and with all of that as the groundwork, because it has to be the groundwork for this commentary to work for me. For me, it has to be the groundwork. With these rumors of Modern Warfare 2 coming out, and I was watching a lot of videos about this. Apparently, I'm going to start recently to address the most recent things that I've heard. Infinity War has brought back like art designers and map designers and like all these different things back from, like, they were the art designers and the map designers and the multiplayer designers for COD 4 and for Modern Warfare 2 for Infinity Ward. And then after Activision screwed over Jason West and Vince Zampella and they left, they took those people, they hired those people back, okay? And they gave them promotions, it seems like. So that's all swell and dandy and great and good. So then earlier, about 3 months ago, rumors were circulating that it was going to be just a single player and that multiplayer would be released later or just not at all. It would just be Modern Warfare Remastered, probably single player. And honestly, Activision would fuck with us if they just did that. So they probably have Spec Ops Remastered too, but you probably wouldn't do it online or something like that. But I want to address how I think this is going to go down, because we know for a fact that in October, Black Ops 4 will be released for the 2018 game, right? So 2016 was Infinite Warfare, and after Ghosts, we had a 3-year development cycle. Basically, after Modern Warfare 3, when Sledgehammer came in to help Infinity War finish Modern Warfare 3, we had them come in and finish that game. And it was then that Activision liked their product and wanted to give them that studio their own Call of Duty franchise. So they made Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare then led to, or no, yeah, Advanced Warfare led into World War II. Ghosts was the next Infinity Ward game after Modern Warfare 3, and it was still on that 2 year cycle, and that's why Ghosts is awful. And because it was a transition period because the PS4 was coming out, so that also kind of sucked. Uh, Treyarch was fine with the Black Ops series. They were gonna be okay. They were gonna be okay. There was nothing much that, unless it really sucked, but it didn't. Um, so we get lucky. We get lucky that all of these pieces fell in fell into place as they did, because for so long we had a 2 year development cycle, and then just out of the blue, well, not really out of the blue, Modern Warfare 3 was struggling to get along because a lot of the Infinity Ward team, which was small to begin with, have lost a lot of their employees. So Activision had to make money. Activision had to put out this product, so they brought someone in, and they switched to a 3 year development cycle in 2011, basically, which is incredible because then doing that made it so that it was Infinity Ward's turn to come out with a Call of Duty game in the year of 2019, which so happened to be the 10-year anniversary of Modern Warfare 2. So here's what I think they should do. If Infinity Ward and Activision were smart, Infinity Ward would not make a new Call of Duty game. It's a little late for me to send this to Activision now because they're less than a year. They're just over a year and 3 months, 4 months, depending on when they want to release the game, away from putting out for Infinity Ward to put out their new Call of Duty game. So what I'm saying is just what I would like to see and how I thought this through. I've been thinking about this since Black Ops 3, when I, noticed the cycle of who was putting out the Call of Duty games for the next couple of years. And so I've been thinking about this for a while. Jay Moore can back that up. We've talked about this for about a year and a half or so, since at least Modern Warfare Remastered came out. Maybe even before when it was announced since then. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. Basically, the point I'm trying to get in is that Infinity Ward is releasing a Call of Duty game in the year 2019, 10 years after Modern Warfare 2 came out. If they were smart, this has been the most hyped up game since maybe Black Ops 2. That's not true. At least for me, this is the most hyped up Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 3, because for Modern Warfare 3, I remember when they released those teaser trailers, I was waiting for the trailer and I was waiting for the E3 footage. Black Ops 2, I didn't even realize they released a trailer by the time that the trailer came online. So I think for me, Modern Warfare 3 was the last hyped up game, but this overtakes that by a mile and a half. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is the most hyped Call of Duty game for, I would say, about, from what it seems, based on the YouTube community, it seems like a good majority of people are hyped for this game, which is incredible. Now, there's a website of things that were going to be in Modern Warfare 2 that were either not finished or just taken out of the game completely. Perks, like a lot of the beta testing of perks were in there. There were some weapon things. Now, I'll put that website in the description. I want to search for it now, but I don't think I'll be able to find it. I think it's just on the Call of Duty wiki. And so there's not much I can do right now. But anyways, so we have this lucky thing, this lucky opportunity that we have, and Activision would be stupid to not not take up this opportunity. So here's what they need to do. And everything's about to tie in together. That website I mentioned of all the things that were cut from Modern Warfare 2, uh, you release Modern Warfare 2 campaign, spec ops, multiplayer, just like COD 4. You look into everybody's PSN account or Xbox account. If they downloaded the two Modern Warfare 2 map packs, they get them automatically. Just you give them to them because you charge it for $40. You don't charge the normal 60. Charge it for $40. All you do, you literally keep everything the same. You don't change anything. You make the graphics look better. You don't change the way connection was, unless you change it for the better. You don't try a new system, is what I'm trying to say. Like, let's say hypothetically, Black Ops 3, and then the next games, and then the next games, and Infinite Warfare and World War II all use the same kind of host system. For Modern Warfare 2, you don't change it. You use the Modern Warfare 2 host system and host migration, and you keep it the same, and you just improve it. You don't put in the World War II or Infinite Warfare matchmaking or host system into the MW2 Remastered game. You don't change the graphics. You keep every minute detail. So whether that's the FAL with holographic sight doing an extra little bit of damage without telling people in the stats that it does extra damage, that's fine. The little things like that. You don't put the Rangers akimbo or the Model 1887s akimbo back to what they were pre-first patch. You don't put the care package glitch. You don't put the Javelin glitch. There's no glitches. There's no hacks. None of that. If it's a glitch or a hack, it's not in it. If it's a thing that doesn't radically change the way the gameplay is supposed to flow. Another example would be the FAL with holographic sight, just does more damage, but also when you pull up the start menu to change class, or you go to options or leave the game, you can see the mini map, and you can see, like, let's say it's a kill cam. No. Let's say it's a final kill cam for a round of search and destroy. You can pull it up and you can see where people are. That doesn't radically change the flow of gameplay, in my opinion. One-man army, simple fix. You cannot change to a one-man army class with one-man army equipped. So if you have a ACR noob tube one-man army danger close commando class, you cannot change to another separate class, or even the class that you have, if it has one-man army. Simple fix. Boom. Simple fix. But every minute detail, how far the commando lunges go, how far you can get with Marathon, how far you can get with Marathon Lightweight, how far you can get with just Lightweight, the amount of bullets it takes, the guns. I want it to look and to feel and to sound and for it to be Modern Warfare 2. I just want it to look better and to run at, 8,000K with a billion frames per second. That's all fine. Obviously, you can make edits. I think what Modern Warfare Remastered did with the showing how many kills you have in Search and Destroy in particular at the bottom, and also showing how many people are alive underneath the mini-map. I think that's also a good move. I like that a lot. You don't do a depot. You don't do supply drops. I think that for me, I would like them if I was able to tell them this 2, 3 years ago. Don't make a new Call of Duty. Just focus on this one. They're not going to do that. So you just don't put supply drops and the depot in Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, but you put it in the one that we all know you're making right now. Like, we all know it. Also, so with that, with the price range being at $40, they're obviously not going to make as much money, because it's going to be not $60 for a game that, you know, that they're putting out, a Call of Duty game that they're putting out. How to fix that, though, is remember the list that I told you about, that I'm trying to find as I'm talking about this, that showed you all the stuff that was cut. Um, and all the maps that were cut. You put those in map packs. You can also create some new maps. I'm not 100% about the idea of creating new maps. However, if done correctly, it could be okay. Um, I'm not 100% on board with that. So, a lot of the maps that were cut, I found the list, by the way. So a lot of the maps that were cut, you've got Oil Rig, which was a small oil rig map set on an oil rig, obviously. You've got Downtown LA, which was a bigger map, I guess. Vertigo, which apparently was kind of similar to High Rise Gulag, which would have been fucking swag if. And this is all on the Call of Duty wiki, by the way. Gulag, which is a gulag from the single player. You got, you know, Uprise. They wanted to bring back Crossfire, which was cool. Again, you can bring back. Hell, I would want you to bring some Modern Warfare 3 maps. If they work, maps like Modern Warfare 3 maps. I can't think of any. Some Modern Warfare 3 maps, some Call of Duty 4 maps, and bring them and upgrade them again. You know, you could do that. That would be cool. Some of the perks that were cut were, you know, you could release those in the map pack. You could do Saboteur, which would have allowed the player to capture objectives faster, which would have been cool. We don't know what the pro version of it is. Another one, you know, you got Black Box, Shell Shock, Heartbreaker, Challenger, all of these that we know about. We don't even know what we don't know about, what hasn't been confirmed. You know, a perk like Black Box, which the perk would have increased the airtime of aerial airstreaks. You know, Shell Shock. The perk would have given the player a riot shield on their back, and it would have prevented shell shock and bullet damage. It was likely removed for balance reasons, which is cool. Heartbreaker. The perk would have made player immune to heartbeat sensor. It seems like it was an early version of what would be known as the assassin perk. You know, Challenger. The perk would have given player double XP at the cost of them having lower health. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about that one. That would have been cool. Um, we would have to test it out. Obviously, you still test all these things out. Um, but those are the things that I think you could do. You even got one cut heavy armor, kill streak called heavy armor, um, which is basically a juggernaut suit. Which for that, I mean, that was in Modern Warfare 3. Um, so I think it could be done. I think it could be done well. I think Activision and Infinity Ward are going mental if they don't capitalize on this opportunity for real. This can be done. I think it will be done. I think a lot of people are jumping on the MW2 remastered hype just a little too early. I've heard rumors about this for years now. I think now is a good time to start talking about these rumors because once, the game Black Ops 4 was releasing a whole month earlier in October. Normally, from it seemed like World at War to Black Ops 2, it seemed my heyday of playing Call of Duty, it seemed that around March, April was when the new one was starting to get stale. So if you released that thing a whole month early, you could be looking at people really not liking Black Ops 4 by the time mid-February, late February, early March rolls around at the minimum. Unless it's a really good game, then it could be back to the standard late March, early April kind of. Let's go back to the other Call of Duties. And I think that, just as a side note, I think that it happened with a lot of the other Call of Duties, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare, Ghosts, Black Ops 2 to a certain extent. I think even Advanced Warfare, I don't know if I said that. But, let's go back to the other Call of Duties. Which one? I think it divided the fan base up. I think Call of Duty, there was too many of them. I think that now with the PS4 kind of in its, fourth year of existence, about to be fourth year of existence, it cut down the fan base ability to play COD 4 through basically Ghosts in half. If you're going to say, let's go play on a different Call of Duty, you've got basically Ghosts, Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, Infinite Warfare, and World War II to pick from, and Modern Warfare Remastered. So I think that that helped. But back on topic. So Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, I think it could be done. I think it will be done. I think that Activision's smart enough to come up with ideas of their own, maybe bring in some old game modes like Team Defender from Modern Warfare 3, or here's a good idea that you should have done for almost every Infinity Ward Call of Duty ever made, Face Off with some of its own maps as well. You could bring back some of the more Modern Warfare 3 premium maps that people had to be elite members for, or the map pack maps. You could bring those in, and for the face off. I mean, there's so many options available for Modern Warfare 2 Remastered that I think if Infinity Ward and Activision do not do it, it's a giant loss, and they'll upset a good chunk of their fan base for no fucking reason, because they have I want to use the right term here. They have the core files of the game Modern Warfare 2. I think the reason I heard Modern Warfare Remastered wasn't going to be able to get done, which obviously turned out to be either not as difficult or just simply not true, that Jason West and Vince Zampella, or the higher ups of Activision, had the rights to the game files of Call of Duty 4 that Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer couldn't go in, or Raven software couldn't go in and actually modify for a PS4, Xbox One version of the game. The game obviously came out. I think they could be able to pull it off with Modern Warfare 2. I don't know how much return they saw on the Call of Duty 4 remastered, or if they saw any returns. I mean, I'm assuming that they saw a boost in profits. I think that Modern Warfare 2 remastered will be a huge boost in profits. Since we haven't seen since I think Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2 was the last time I heard that Call of Duty sold the most amount of copies in one day, which would make sense. So I think that Modern Warfare 2 remastered is almost a guarantee. We just don't know exactly the details 100%, but I think if you start looking around maybe March, April, or May of 2019, you'll get drips and you'll get words about it. I think you'll get more words out of and more rumors out of MW2 remastered in the next coming months until about a month before Black Ops 4 comes out. And then about 3 or 4 months after Black Ops 4 comes out, you won't hear anything about this. It'll be like it almost never was talked about, like it's never been an idea. There's one other point I want to get to. Someone brought up and the order of which I've actually, because that's all everything that I've said about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, I've thought about for about 2 years, 3 years now. This was just recent in the last month and a half or so. Someone put out a Sony E3 schedule of what they were going to talk about, each topic. You know, this game's going to get announced. We got Last of Us 2 is going to get announced right here, and then after that it's going to be this. About halfway through, they were going to announce that PS3 games were going to be backwards compatible with the PS4. And then I saw a comment on a Modern Warfare 2 Theory Remastered video about how they know that it's going to get royally fucked up by Activision and Infinity Ward, that they would just much rather see the games themselves be backwards compatible on the PS4. I actually have no problem with that. And if Sony is about to announce, hey, listen, we've got backwards compatibility on the PS4 now, go crazy, my friends. You'll see a lot of happy people, I think. That's also a possibility if they don't want to go through the hassle. I mean, it's not really a hassle because it's their job, but if they don't want to go through the stakes and the painstaking of remastering a video game, Sony could just update the system to read PS3 games, and everybody could just put in their PS3 copy of Modern Warfare 2. You'll see the prices of Modern Warfare 2 go up like crazy for the PS3. But at the same time, let's say they do announce backwards compatibility and Modern Warfare 2 isn't on the list when they announce it at E3, which was where it's supposed to be announced, which is next Monday, I think, the 11th. That's a good sign that it's not being backwards compatible for a reason, because they're remastering it. So there's also that possibility. But those are all the things that I can think about right now. It's really early in the morning and I got to go to work tomorrow. So those are the things I can hear about. I'll definitely be updating you guys on this. This is something that's passionate to me, that I've wanted since Ghost came out, honestly. I think it can be done. I think you can find a nice middle ground where it looks like the menus of like the newer Call of Duties, but it feels and it looks and it sounds and it is just an updated, better looking, better sounding, without changing anything, version of Modern Warfare 2. I think it could be done. I think you can also add maps to it. I think you could add perks to it. I think it would be incredible to do that. I think Activision is sitting on a gold mine, and they just don't know how much of a gold mine they're sitting on at this point. I think Modern Warfare 2 Remastered is going to happen, and not only is it going to happen, but it's going to be huge. So that's it for me. This was extra long for no reason. I'm Eddie the Man. I hope to see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter down below. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm going to go ahead and just say it now. The next video I think is I'm going to do, if I feel the creative juices, is the problems of looking for a remastered game like Modern Warfare 2. Because there are some, but I'm going to put it here so that people will remember it. People will ask for it. Maybe a devil's advocate to just the fan base of going, we want the remastered game now. We want it now. We want it now. I think it'd be fun to do. There's actually two criticisms I can think about right now, but that's for the next one. I hope you guys enjoy this. Follow me on Twitter in the description box below. Like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.